Hello, everybody, and welcome back. That's okay. That's okay. We're just waiting for Erin to rejoin us. We're just coming back and hanging out and, you
Rude
know,
dude.
listen, rude dude. What can I say? That's what I'm known for. That's what I'm known for. So, yeah, there was a little bit of chatter. There was a little bit of chatter that was happening in the off stream. There was a conversation about whether or not it's a smart idea to go now because of a lead, or to go tomorrow. The concern being, what if this effect that they seem to be immune to at the moment has another chance of capturing them tomorrow, if not today? So I just want to hear the conclusion of this argument on stream so we know exactly what you guys want to do. Go ahead.
I'm not running around the dark looking for these things.
Yeah, I think we're going tomorrow. We're gonna wait it out. We're gonna camp it out, and prepare for hearing something and getting a weird feeling that will make us dance, and hopefully not dancing.
Yep.
All right, awesome. Good stuff. So I actually thought of a slightly more appropriate thing that what's his face could have done, seeing these our singing cleric could have done, seeing these skeletons and everything that's going on. He'd be like, what is it?
Aren't we pressed for time, Scott?
Oh, but
Aren't we pressed for time and really want to finish this one shot?
no.
I would like to.
But
I am dancing now.
yeah, well, you are
For the
dancing
record.
terribly, because Ollie.
You don't know it's terrible. He has a -1 charisma. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, he
I
also has
still
no
say
dexterity.
We set up and destroy them.
He's very wise.
No, we're not killing the skeletons. They've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, why would we kill dancing skeletons?
Well, he's
Wait, can we
he's
kill
lawful
skeletons?
convenient. So,
I'm chaotic neutral, and I feel like that's a bad idea.
I'm lawful
I don't even know
smart.
what am I. I don't even know if I can.
Usually.
Oh,
okay. So you
that's
guys,
a good idea. I looked at my alignment. Yeah, let's do that.
So you guys are deciding to set up camp off to the side, and you go and do so. You go to the side and go to set up camp. Mind you, the Kenku continues to dance.
He can dance if he wants to.
He's probably like feathers are actually falling off of him at this point.
Ollie, did you intentionally interrupt that because it was about to go? You didn't hear what?
Oh, but I mean, he's been dancing for at least like what?
Ollie,
4 hours.
Over
it
his
was
head.
Way over his head.
We'll just tie him to a tree. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna slap him.
I was gonna start by slapping his beak lightly
So-
and just go up.
You guys
Not
go
lightly.
finish set up camp.
So
He's
you're
still
both hitting
dancing.
him? I'm gonna be like, stop.
He's still dancing like an hour later, and Vicarol, who does it first, just kind of is like, what the? And just like open palm, smack across the beak. Ollie,
Rude.
make me a save with advantage.
What save?
A wisdom save.
Okay, thank you.
Make me a save. Which?
Constitution. Okay, all of a sudden, so he smacks you open palm to your beak, and it like throws your neck to the side, almost like he was about to a chicken. And and all of a sudden, your senses come back about you, and like, oh, Ollie, you've been dancing for so fucking long.
He would just collapse.
You've been dancing
honestly.
for so
He would
fucking
just fall
long,
down.
nonstop. Make me a Constitution save, please.
I
You
want
are
him to fall down
exhausted,
anyway.
sir.
Oh, am I getting actual
You
points
made
of
your
exhaustion?
you made your save, so you only got 1 point of exhaustion.
I'll take it, I guess.
Yep, only 1 point of exhaustion. You made your save.
Is there actually anywhere on this sheet for exhaustion?
Actually,
don't
no,
think
so.
there isn't.
Not
That's
really.
funny. There should
You
be.
could
It's a
add
little
one.
sad.
A little click
Oh, well.
can be on there.
You
So,
can do a class resource and add it.
Midori's calling out,
Eh.
"Don't kill Ollie!"
We'll
So
just have another undead character.
Yeah, but Peg will just stop dancing and for a moment stand up, and then just like a log could just fall, and then it'd just be asleep.
so moving on.
I did it.
He all of a sudden he comes to, and as he comes to, all of a sudden every part of you just aches and is sore, and luckily it doesn't hurt as much as it could have, but you do have that 1 point of exhaustion. And as like your head is spinning and swimming with all of this, you hear that music still in the back of your mind. It's still there, echoing in the back of your mind, and kind of like it still holds you. And every once in a while, you feel like this like urge, like if you have an itch, like imagine you have like a really 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 bad itch, like it's an itch so itchy that it's like painful, and you want to scratch it, but you're willfully for one reason or another telling myself, I'm not going to scratch it. I'm not gonna scratch it.
Mostly because he's asleep.
I'm not gonna scratch it. Well, I'm saying this is when you immediately come to. This is the
I know.
kind of like stuff that you're experiencing.
I
But
got you.
as you're coming through all of that and everything, you also do remember everything that happened while you were
That's
dancing.
interesting.
Yeah. So
Oh, no.
so you now get a +1 on checks to know about the Allfather.
Hey!
Write it down.
So if he falls asleep, I'm gonna say, poor thing tired himself out. It's probably because he has those chicken legs. That's all I say.
Lumen just like shakes her head to herself and just tries
It's
her
just
best
incredibly
to ignore you.
racist.
Your
really,
other joke would
you
have
know?
been better. The one that Ollie interrupted.
Oh, I couldn't say it again. You can't repeat a joke.
I know. That's why we're not going back. I'm just pouring salt on Ollie's head. Just do one of these to Ollie's head. So.
How's that
Like
salt
it's
taste,
Friday
Scott?
night. Wait, it's Friday night.
Does Peck have a bedroll or anything?
He's in some hay.
He has a blanket on him.
Alright.
I thought he was gonna go around and just like pick up some twigs and stuff from the barn and just make himself a little nest for the night.
Yeah, he actually would have. With a blanket in it.
No, I'm gonna go to the bar and grab a bale and drag it over, rip it apart and throw a blanket over, then drag him on it and put the cane on his chest.
That's cute.
Aw, how nice. I'm shipping the two. I want some birdie
Go for
dwarf
it.
love. Birdie
Whatever.
dwarf love. Yeah. Remember, he's a dwarger, so he knows really how to delve deep in those tunnels. So the next day, you guys wake up after your long rest. It is daytime. Who was anybody taking any camp or anything like that?
No.
Just gonna say real quick, when I hit level 3,
Staying-
if I do, I'll know enlarge.
Okay.
Moving on.
Excuse me.
Lady Grundle.
I don't think you'll be invited back for level 3.
Yeah, I think yeah. Level 2, you wearing a red shirt? I totally
Yeah.
did not even notice
You
you
put a red
changed.
shirt on.
Oh my god, that just happened. Oh.
That's even
Amazing.
funnier.
Okay. So moving on. Next day comes around. Because you got the long rest, Ollie, you do gain back that 1 point of exhaustion that you had
that's
acquired,
good.
which is nice. Had you failed that save, you would still have a point because you would have had 2. So
Yeah, I
you
get
did get that back. One of the things that you guys notice as you're getting up and going about the business that you're all about to describe, you still hear that like echoing in the back of your head, like a fucking Katy Perry song or Tay Tay Sway or any of that garbage music that you just like. You're like, fuck. Why is it? It's like Gilwyn. Oh fuck. How does it go again?
Gilwyn Gallagher, bane of the bearded bastards.
Gilwyn Gallagher.
If you don't know, the bard in our Wednesday show actually writes us fucking songs.
My song's next.
And they're good. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
So the and produces them and puts them up on SoundCloud. So you guys are you have that like in the back of your head, like echoing there. There's no lyrics to it; it's just the music there. But what do you guys do the next day after you get up, get ready, eat your food, and all that stuff?
I want to go peek over that wall and see if they're just back to regular life.
Peck would sit next to Gore when he's eating some breakfast.
Okay.
Like
I think I'm actually
obviously
just gonna try to
close.
walk into the camp.
Okay. So you just go over there. You go over to the door.
Yeah.
And you just push the door open. And go walking into the camp. The door's not locked because why would it be during the day? It's just kept shut for safety reasons. And you push the door open. And as soon as you push the door open, a couple of the skeletal guards kind of like jump up and start silently gesturing towards the door. And a few of the other skeletons come rushing over to the door as well and go to investigate what's going on. What do you do as they're rushing at you while you're opening the door?
I'll put my hands up and just kind of see what happens.
They come
Over
over
and
and
over.
they're investigating the door, and a few of them rush past you and start looking around and trying to see what's
They
going
don't
on.
See me.
Where the hell, like, how the hell did this door open? And they're so confused.
That's cool.
All right, so I'm gonna investigate the
Oh.
town, I guess, a little bit more while we're waiting.
Sure. Does everybody else follow her lead or just wait and see if she
yeah,
dies?
I'd be-
Because you
I'd
didn't
be
see
following.
that. You didn't necessarily
Oh,
see
did we
that.
not?
You can roll me
Right,
perception.
if
You
she-
can roll me
I
perception
probably wouldn't have
checks.
said anything before I left. I was just
Okay,
Right,
like,
if she
cool,
just
I'll-
walked in.
I wanted to kind of actually follow her when I saw her opening the door.
I was
I'm,
gonna
like,
say,
starting
I
to
imagine,
climb the wall.
Ollie's character would totally watch her if she was like, "I'm going pee, guys. I'll be right back." I imagine Ollie's character would watch.
He sees
And with
all.
that natty 20, he actually it counts how many seconds she's squatting, and he's a creepy bird.
weird, Scott. It's a weird Scott.
Weird. So
You're a weird GM.
no, so Ollie,
This isn't even the first P-related thing that I've seen you DM, so you know.
no, so
Yeah.
jokes aside, Ollie, I'm gonna let you speak in a second. I'm sorry. Will you notice as she walks off, and eventually notice that skeletons reacted, but you don't really see the nuanced details. Gore, you
Right.
see everything that I just described to Erin happen to her sans from a much further back perspective, so missing a few details because like around the corner or whatever. Ollie, you see everything because you're angling. You went to go follow her or whatever. Anyways, you're angling. Everything is perfect to see all of it, but more than just witnessing what happens to her. One of the things that you notice up above is that from the angling for where you are, as all that happens and they reacted, there almost seems to be like a ripple that happened in the air or something. It seems to be like something seems to be present here, and it's only because you got your natty fucking 20
There's a
that you're able to
palpable
notice
feeling.
there's something here.
Raises the feathers on the neck.
And when that ripple happens, that flows through the ear, once again, you feel like your feathers kind of standing on end. You feel yourself puffing up, much like you were doing like one of your birdie meeting calls sort of things. And it's like, again, it's really, really weird because of the experience, the feeling that you have or whatever. Sorry, just trying to find, that's what I want. So this weird feeling that you have. So you're, you almost feel like you also need to investigate that door. Like you feel like this pull to it, but you don't. You don't go.
Seeing this, I don't think he wouldn't even make like an actual noise. He would probably like smack his staff on the tree, on like a tree, while he's like kind of running up to join Lumen, so the other two are like definitely notice he's going, and then he would like be right behind Lumen, like.
I would follow, not as quickly.
Okay. So you were able to get right up behind Lumen as she's kind of like finishing her experience. You come up right behind her. Like once she's fully aware of what's going on and lets them kind of finish doing their thing, then she feels a presence and she notices it's you standing behind her. Everybody else, you guys eventually follow over as well?
I'm gonna stop at the guards who are trying to like investigate what happened. Just kind of wave in front of their face, but make sure not to touch them.
Sure.
all.
Yeah. So you do exactly that. You wave in front of them and try, like, you keep a decent distance. You're not like right in front of their face. You keep a decent distance and do what you need to, and they don't seem to react to you at all.
Peck will like try to explain. He'll be like, "It's a bard," and like move it in a circle and like actually tap his head. It's a bard.
Where's the bard?
He like. Actually, can I make a perception check to try and like almost feel if there's a pull in my head?
You already
Is that
felt
too
it.
much?
You already felt it.
Yeah, but if it's going anywhere.
Nowhere
it's
in
just, like,
particular.
it was just like alert because I'm like one of them. I got you.
One
Alright.
of us.
So,
One of us.
here's
You are
what we can
certainly
do.
the freak of the group.
Here's what we can
so.
do. We can walk the entire like edge of the camp, right? You can tell us like at which points you feel the pull, at which points you don't. Then we can get like a nice area for the effect of the spell, and we can find the center of it. Metagaming.
I mean, that's not even metagaming. I imagine Lumen is that kind of bitch. It's like, this is what we're doing.
I don't think I
he's
know
just like-
spells well enough to come up with that.
Gore's
he-
gonna just
That might be something the warlock does.
Gore's just gonna occasionally go over to where there's a group of them or something and just slightly push something over and watch.
Okay, so he goes over and he slightly pushes something over and watches. And when he does that, again, things are going to go and react to it and make their way over and try to like, what is this? And after the second time he does that, making the third instance that something happens, all of a sudden the entire camp completely changes. Word is spread amongst the camp that there's some sort of specters or something that are affecting it. Just what you're seeing. And they are all walking around and actively looking for you guys with swords drawn.
Oh, Okay, nice. Stop
Okay.
that.
Heck is gonna like start going towards the tent of the people in charge, like the equivalent of the place where we get our quests. He'd be just kind of like keeping low, like.
Absolutely. However, because there's so
Actually,
many of
no.
them, moving around in the way that they are.
Stealth
I need
check?
you to roll me. No. More of acrobatics check, but with advantage, consistently with advantage.
I was gonna
make sure
can
that
it be
you
stealth?
keep a wide berth. Stealth, if it's better
This is
for
basically
you.
stealth.
Yeah, if that's
that's
better
better.
for you, I'll let
Yeah.
you take the better of acrobatics or stealth with advantage. So you easily are able to avoid them as you're making your way over, as they're actively looking for you guys right now. Okay. Ollie, now what exactly were you looking for?
The building of the tent of whoever was in charge. So like where we'd get our quests.
You go
but
there,
like
yep.
behind. Yeah.
Yep, you go there, yep.
What do I see?
Oh, so you
I
go
go
in?
in.
Yeah, you go in.
I would very slowly go in. Like I'd
Yeah.
open the tent flaps with my cane and everything.
It's not a
I'd
tent,
go
it's
in.
actually a building. It's the building that's on the map. I will actually drop you there
I-
to make sure that you can see it. It's not important for necessarily everybody else, but so that you can see it. It's actually this building
Okay,
right here.
yeah. It's a big building.
Yeah.
Golden.
So this building right here, while you walk up to it and check it out, you'd have to wait until somebody opens the door, which you made a perfectly fine check, so you're good to go. And you slip in around them to make sure that you don't like touch anybody or anything, and you make your way in. And you see that from time to time, a group of skeletons will walk in with like a piece of parchment in their hands, and they'll hold it out to the person that's in there, and they'll have like a
Silent conversation. Yeah.
and eventually
That
they'll
seems-
turn and they'll walk out. At one point in time, a skeleton walks in there, a single skeleton by themselves. The scene before you is not one I'm going to describe, but it's a mature audiences only between skeletons. So it's like this awkward thing where you watch this adults dance happening between skeletons in front of you, and it's one of those like, okay, like this makes sense. These are people that live here. Right?
They're
This
still
is the
doing
world
it.
camp.
All right.
But
Good.
yeah, it's again they're
Good for them.
existing in their whatever they would have done normally.
And that's actually Peck's opinion. Good for them. Yeah, he's mostly like he would just wanted to prowl around to see if this would, because this is like the obvious place he thinks a cause would be. If it's like, okay, the guy's in charge is also a skeleton, he'd watch for a bit and then he'd slink back out and try and find the others, and not even mention it really. They could see where he went, I guess.
So were you guys doing anything else? You guys, the rest of you
no.
doing anything?
I think we're just preparing for them to come.
Yep.
Maybe
We
getting a.
shouldn't be here
No, yeah, we should.
in the
we should
camp when they
be at that
change.
house, maybe.
I think we should be outside of the camp.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like the stall that we were in originally, right? Or you mean further?
Outside the wall.
Yeah, outside the wall in that little house.
Where
No.
there
Yeah.
where there are
PTSD about that
horses,
place.
where there are horses and a stable and two stable.
We
boys.
should be on our way then. Like he's like, no. Like,
I think we're just
if
gonna
you're
wait
going
until
back
nightfall.
over to it, he's like, he'll actually put it in your chest like that and be like, no.
Why?
That's
He would very briefly sing the song and point, like the first like note.
There's stable hands in there and undead horses. That's where he got
Okay.
I shrug. So I think we're just gonna wait till nightfall and see where they go.
Nighttime.
I'm gonna wait basically until we hear that noise again. That the music. Wait and cover until we hear that.
And see where they're going.
Right. I can't plan to cast a spell when that does happen.
Okay, so you guys do that, and you wait until nighttime and everything. What spell do you intend to cast? Please go right ahead.
Ah.
I'm gonna cast that on myself.
Protection from good and evil. Ah, smart. Good stuff.
Oh right, we were supposed to make earphones. That's fine.
Yeah, you
I
guys
stuffed cotton.
didn't. So
I
I'm
stuffed
like,
cotton
all
in my, I
right.
forgot about it. I stuffed cotton in the mirrors.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, that's fine. So you guys are. Is it just Erin stuffing cotton in her ear?
I can't.
Vikanku's not.
He's just waiting. Just...
You want to like tie him to you again, like just in case?
Yeah, I'll plug up the one good ear. The other one has plenty of scarring on it, so
Yes.
go on, deal with it.
See, I'm already half deaf there, anyways. What?
Yeah.
And busts out. He just takes the horn out, and he's good to go. Okay, so you guys are listening and waiting and waiting and waiting, and until finally it starts up. Again, it's a little after 10, like 10:15 or whatever. Or sorry, almost 11 o'clock. All of a sudden, it starts up again, and there's the dancing, and then the music and everything, and it comes out. And as they come out and as they start making the way, once again, everybody's gonna have to make their will saves about this. Everybody but Will. Will doesn't have to make wisdom saves. He's good to go. Erin, you're able to make them with advantage. Tiv, you did the same thing as well. You can make it with advantage. All you have to make it with disadvantage.
I was gonna tap him so that I'm paranoid about him getting turned again, so I was gonna tap him with guidance.
Oh, guidance, sweet. I will use that now.
+4. Come on, +4.
So
Bam, thank you, ma'am.
advantage, right?
2, 15.
Please and thank you.
15 is good. Ooh. Jeez.
Okay.
I would like to add, if Peck
I
feels
don't
himself
dance.
slipping, he's gonna try and do something before he falls if he can.
So this is what happens. The music starts up, and Will, you hear the music, but you've already put protective magics up between you and it. You had a conversation or a plea to whatever power it is that you serve, and that thing is more or less just like throws a protective thing over you. So as this power tries to take your mind is already taken. I believe it's Great Old One, right?
Yes.
So your mind is already taken. It cannot touch you. You've already been had. So this literally, you hear music and have zero effect whatsoever. Erin, you hear the music as well, but in hearing the music, you kind of like you're hearing it, and you start to move, and you start dancing you slowly, and you start getting more and more slowly into it and into it. Okay. Skipping you for a second, Ollie, you hear the music, and at first you hear it, and you're like, and you start to move, but then you stop, you will yourself, like that itch, you stop, but then it starts echoing from the back of your mind, pulling in all the way, bringing itself all the way forward over your mind again, and you start like tapping your foot, and you start getting ready to get into that dance, but then out of like this moment of paranoia is like you're gonna succumb to it, whatever it was that you're about to trigger. You right as you're about to do whatever that was, you remember something else in the back of your mind. And he says that you smack the hammer against the anvil, and you do so repeatedly and repeatedly, and you find a solace in doing so. And like all this like rambling that you heard yesterday, somehow that ringing sounds that you just remember, even though there wasn't an actual hammer smacking against the anvil, whatever that was, it's just enough tapping of metal against metal that it breaks up the music enough that you can resist it. You can breathe deep. You've resisted the dance, so you're fine. Tiv, you rolled a natty 20. Fucking Maggie's dice over here. What the fuck? So Tiv, you roll, you get a natty 20. Not only do you resist it, does it not bother you at all. As a matter of fact, you're able to look around the other people. You see your friend over there, not affecting the least bit. You see the bird is struggling, but you can almost see like just the way that the bird's like kind of like twitching every once in a while. You know that you can feel your god's power assisting them. But then you look over to Lumion, and you can see Lumion is like she's starting to sweat a little bit. She's really fighting against it, but sadly she's succumbing to it. You can describe it however you want to, but more or less you're going to be able to go over to her and allow her to re-roll with one single die roll. What do you do to give her this re-roll? And please don't bitch slap.
Damn. I just kind of think for a second. Probably won't have to hit her yet.
Oh, good.
I walk up and just lightly with the end of the anvil tap her on the head. Not trying to crush her or anything, just like tap.
Yeah, just kind of like a... Yep. Erin, roll me
Good.
that one, no advantage or disadvantage, wisdom save. Sadly, his tap on the head is not enough to call through to you. It's you felt the tap. You felt the. It wasn't like it was very painful, but you felt it kind of like nudge you for a moment. But the music grips you too hard, and all of a sudden you just start.
So
Her
I
name
look
is
at him
Leland.
tap her, and I'm
She
gonna
was
say,
a showgirl.
wait a second. Wait a second.
I'm
We
listening.
No, I say it to Tiv. I'm like, wait a second. We could always bring her back. I'm fairly confident in bringing her back. But let's enjoy this for a minute.
I grab the rope and just like start tying it around
No,
my waist.
no, don't even tie it. We're gonna follow her. Let's just walk with her.
I'd rather not be with the skeletons.
And then
Solve the problem.
we're gonna solve the problem. We have to follow this where the skeletons are going. Solve the problem. He got it.
Solve the problem.
Heck, it's up to you. I'll stop the scrawny man. You do whatever you want.
He'll like actually move, and his like whole weird bird feet would have been coated in vines. He would have been like rooting himself down, trying not to move, and then he'll like very slowly be druid crafting that up, Lumen. Not enough to do fucking anything, but like yeah, she is getting tied up. She is not with you, and it's not like she's a problem. It's like he's trying to help her almost. He doesn't want her to actually go through it.
Okay.
So you all see it in his dead eyes.
So what do you? How? So you're. How do you help her? Like, what is the thing you do to try to like snap her to?
Oh, I can actually do a medicine roll.
Sure.
I don't know what the fuck it would be, but I'm gonna roll it.
Just a shock to her senses.
I have a herbalism kit, so I would maybe like try some smelling salts, but
Wait,
it wouldn't
Aaron.
work.
You go over there. You give her
I
smelling
believe your
salts.
character is dancing, right?
Hold on 1 second, Will. You give her smelling salts, and that gives her some fucking pep in her step. And now she's just kind of like,
Oh, dear.
she like runs and she slides on her knees and she's like,
Jazz
superstar.
hands. Jazz hands.